body with hundreds of muscles, hundreds of joints, and lots and lots of, you know, other structures, nerves and lymphatic vessels and coronary vessels and you know, brain and spinal cord and heart and lungs. I mean, you have all of this complex body. Our bodies are just divine creations. They are phenomenal in context. However, for some reason, the whole anatomy and physiology education piece really has kind of stayed stuck in the Middle Ages. And I'm not quite sure why that is. Now, I am a licensed physical therapist, and I received a Bachelor of Science. That's how old I am. When I became a physical therapist, it was a bachelor's degree. A couple of years later, it became a master's degree. And then some years after that, it became a doctorate. Now, the interesting piece is when these people graduate, they still are graduating with entry-level knowledge. They've just learned a little bit more regarding how to research. That's about it. And use that science-based evidence, which I say tongue-in-cheek, and I don't want to get off on a tangent, but it's kind of sad that people are so focused on that. They're like missing the forest for the trees, right? So all of this to say that knowledge of anatomy and physiology is archaic because it's based on cadavers that have been dissected and muscles, attachments, which were used to be called origin and insertion. Now they're starting to change that to just attachment because there was a reason for origin insertion. Origin meant, well, that's where it stays fixated, and then insertion, that's where it moves, right? So for instance, the biceps, you know, origin would be up here at the shoulder joint, insertion would be down here at the elbow joint, and so this would kind of stay fixed. And then, you know, to contract the biceps, to make it shorter, it would move the elbow into flexion. So, but now we're understanding it's more attachment because there is really no origin insertion because it can move both ways, right? I mean, my bicep can get a little shorter if I lift my arm up like this toward the shoulder, right? So, and then that's only concentric contraction. There's eccentric contraction where it gets longer under tension. Like when I lower a bag of groceries with control, my biceps are getting longer, eccentrically controlling that motion. And I want you to remember that. You're going to hear me use that term for all 3 of the days where we're talking about movement. I'm going to be teaching you about eccentric motion of the muscle of the body. And that is really how we were designed to move. And so our muscles actually, they perform in the context of the task we are accomplishing at the moment. So it's not about origin insertion. It's not even about attachments. It's about the effect the movement has and what effect that creates in the muscles, right?